I had a lot of confidence in Julie. She obviously knew what she was doing. On the other hand, I obviously didn't, but I follow instructions well. And she told me what I needed to do and how I needed to do it. Then she said, don't be concerned about this. We'll look over your shoulder. We'll take care of you. We'll make sure this goes well for you. And so I really had a great deal of confidence from the beginning. Hello, my name is Randall Lipton. The name of my company is Western Properties, Investors and Advisors. The reason why I purchased an airplane is because we intend to explore the Southwest predominantly looking for investments, and that's why it was acquired. I knew of aeromarine tax professionals just from the internet, having done some research. As a business person, it's incumbent on you to understand basic tax law, but you're not a tax expert. So when you're dealing with something where there's potential unnecessary liabilities, you hire a professional. Aeromarine tax professionals has a great reputation, and from personal experience, I now know why. I think it went well. I tried to do everything according to how I was directed, dotting my I's, crossing my T's, and I think it went very well. I wouldn't say the process was ever intimidating. I would say that the great state of California and its tax code is concerning for anyone trying to operate a business here. But, I felt as though I had a terrific external partner that would guide me through this process and keep me from paying unnecessary taxes. Just to start, I wouldn't have tried to do this on my own. Like I said, I understand tax basics. I'm not a tax expert. I would sooner do my own appendectomy. You hire people who are specialists who've done this time and time again. It would be very arrogant and foolish to think, oh, I'm going to read the tax code, I'll be fine. When people are successful with something, and they get a lot of accolades, and people are patting them on their back, some people's egos expand, and they now think, I'm an expert at everything, and they're not. And so, I think objectivity is a key part of business success, knowing where your strengths are, knowing where they aren't, and getting backfilled where you've got a potential weakness or a potential liability. And so it's just sensible to hire experts who are proven to get you through the process. I saw the letter in the mail. I didn't get to the mail yet. I heard first from Julie, and it was a note of congratulations. And I felt, even though I'm confident with Julie and aeromarine tax professionals and our process, I don't have the same confidence, frankly, in the great state of California, who is going bankrupt. And so I didn't know what they would do. You hope and pray that they're going to look at everything, understand it, and do the right thing. It took 2 years plus to process this application. What does that office look like? Where are people managing this process? What's their workload? So I had great confidence on our side of the table. I was concerned about the other side of the table. I felt relieved. It was frankly hanging over me. Immediately following the relief I was really happy, that this whole thing was behind us. And, Julie, congratulations. I knew were quite sincere. This was a team effort. We depended on each other to get something done, and we got it done. So I felt great about that. There were only about 3 people to tell. They had a great deal of confidence in me and how I was approaching this. So they weren't surprised, but they shared my relief and happiness when I gave them the news. They were very confident we'd have a good outcome. I was frankly a little less confident, but that wasn't based on our side of the table. That was based on the state of California. It was very professional. At the same time, you felt as though you were connecting with people who cared about the process and it going well. I felt as though people were rooting for us, and not just Julie. And so, I would, without reservations, recommend Aero Marine Tax Professionals for anyone about to acquire a plane in California for business purposes.